Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is April 1st, 2020. In today's video, I'm going to talk about rooting hormone. As you know, when you try to propagate plants from cutting, such as rose and citrus, you have to use rooting hormone. When you try to air layer, some plants try to turn some branches into individual trees, so you have to use rooting hormone. So rooting hormone is very crucial, absolutely required, because which can promote rooting process. So in today's episode, I'm going to compare two different rooting hormone which is available commercially. The first one I want to talk about is Root Boost. It's a powder rooting hormone. Actually, I got this one from local nursery store. It really works. Another one is called Clonex. It's a liquid rooting gel. I bought this one from Amazon website. So it is very popular. The customer rating is pretty good. So it's kind of more expensive compared with the first powder rooting hormone. It's about $20 per 100 ml, one bottle. So actually, as you guys know me, in my video, I always double use these two different rooting hormone. It really works, especially when I perform air layering. So today, in this video, I designed a research experiment. I'm going to use rose cutting as a material to compare which one works better. The number one root booster is powder. The number two is Clonex liquid rooting gel. I'm going to design experiments for 4 groups. Group 1, I'm going to use only powder rooting hormone. Group 2, I'm going to use liquid rooting gel. And group 3, I'm going to use both rooting hormone, powder and liquid. And group 4, I'm going to use banana as a natural rooting hormone. As you know, many people use banana peels as a fertilizer. Actually, I also use a lot of banana peel as a fertilizer to feed my plants. It works very well, absolutely amazing. Actually, you know, banana peel is rich in many different nutrients, such as the vitamins and some nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Especially the potassium is really high in content. So actually all this is stuff is very good for the root processing. So let's get started. Stay tuned. before we get started, I just want to get everything ready. So the container I'm going to use is this very nice clear plastic cup. I already made some holes at the bottom, so because it is clear, so you can easily to observe whether some roots develop or not. So this is relatively bigger because I'm going to put this cup in a bigger container, but this cup is too big just for demonstration. So I already prepared 4 cups. So each cup I already filled with soil and pre-soaked. So the first one is for powder. The second one is for Clonex. The third one is for powder and Clonex. The fourth one is for banana. So I already cut a section of a banana and buried into this cup. So when everything's get ready, I'm going to cut right here, remove the top part of the bananas. So actually for each group I want to have 2 rows cutting. So then I have more samples to compare, to evaluate which one works better. So this is a rooting hormone I already introduced to you at the beginning. So this little brush is going to apply the liquid rooting gel to the rose cutting. And also you have to clean your pruner, because rose is very easy get infected with fungus and bacteria. So if you don't want to get any problems or issues, you'd better clean your pruner. Actually this one already is pre-sanitized with alcohol pad. It's ready to use. Another one is sticker. So before you insert your rose cutting into the soil, I'd like to make a hole and insert your rose cutting. Okay, so this is I pre-cut rose branches from different rose plants. So just as I mentioned, so totally I have 4 groups. Each group I have 2 rose cuttings. So totally I need 8 rose cuttings. So latest I'm going to scramble to make sure each group they have one thick sticker, to make sure they are even and it's fair for each group. So because you know the rose branches has a lot of thorns, so you'd better wear a mask, wear a glove all the times if you don't want to get hurt. Okay. As a demonstration to explain how I make rose cutting. As you can see on this stem, there is a lot of thorns, and also there's some nodes. You can see here. This is node, this is node, this is node. Actually, you know that the node is very important if you want to propagate plant from a cutting, because the root is going to develop from node area. So usually for rose cutting, I always keep 2 or 3 nodes here, here, and here. So I just cut this branch just below this node. Okay, I'm going to remove this leaf, and also I'm also going to remove this leaf, because I'm going to insert this part into the soil, so the root is going to develop from this node and probably this node. On the top, I just leave one node. It's right here, but actually I'm going to remove these leaves. Usually when you try to propagate rows from cuts, all these leaves will fall off, so it doesn't matter you leave it or not. So I'm going to remove most of the leaves, so the new leaf is going to come out from this node. Okay, so to increase the root processing chance, so I'm also remove most of the stems at the bottom. You see here. Okay, so this is one node is right here. Another node is right here. So I'm going to bury this part into the soil. And also you can see I remove all the stones right here and create a lot wound area. So this is going to increase the root development. So this is one cut I made for rose cutting. So I'm going to make more rose cut. Get ready. Okay, stay tuned. Hi guys, I already prepared 4 sets of rose cutting. I try to make sure they're equal. So this one might be a little bit thick. This one might have been thin. The same thing as this one. But this group and this group is pretty even. So I'm going to use this one for powder. This one use Clonex. This one use powder plus Clonex. And this one use banana. So as you can see, at the bottom I remove all the leaves and thorns, so create a lot wound area. So first I'm going to dip the powder rooting hormone. Okay, so this is rooting hormone. It's powder. So I grab this container. I'm going to make, let's see, two holes. Okay, so I'm going to take this rose cutting and dip some powder rooting hormone. So just tap to remove extra powder rooting hormone. You see here? Okay. So I'm going to insert into this one all the way to the bottom. Okay. I take another one. Make sure the rooting hormone cover all the wound area. And insert here. Okay, so the powder rooting hormone already set up. I put away. Okay, for Clonex liquid rooting gel, so I already squeezed some onto the cap. So I'm going to use this brush to apply some liquid rooting gel around this wound area. Okay, as you can see, I already applied liquid rooting gel almost everywhere on the wound area. I'm going to insert into this hole all the way to the bottom. Okay, I'm going to take another rose cutting, apply liquid rooting gel. This rose cutting kind of does not have a lot wound area, but anyway, that one has a lot of wound area. Okay, so I'm going to insert this hole. Okay, group 2 already set up, put away. Guys, for group 3 is powder rooting hormone plus liquid rooting gel. So I'm going to first apply liquid routine gel, and then I'm going to sprinkle some powder onto this wound area. Put it right here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle some routine hormone on it. To make sure it mixes well. Okay, this is group 3 setup. Okay, for group 4, so I just use banana as a media and a routine hormone to see whether it works. So I don't have to apply any routine hormone, including powder and liquid. So just direct insert my rose cutting into the banana. Okay. Okay, it's beautiful setup. So this is group 4. Hi guys, so as you can see, on the top of each rose cutting are covered with perfume. I just don't want to get infected with fungus and bacteria. I don't want to cause any issue and problem. So I just want to make sure this project can continue. I can get some results. I'm not sure if it is the correct way to do this or not. As you know, most people will not do like this one. I just feel I should do like this one. Anyway, I think it's good. It's not going to hurt this one. Okay, so there's one big container. I got it from local 99-cent only store. So it's about $2. So I think this is pretty good for my experiments. So let me put all this cup inside this container. As you can see, it's a beautiful setup. So it can hold 4 cups. So all this rose cutting in one container. So I'm going to spray some water to keep inside moisture. And there is one. This container has one cap. Unfortunately, it is not transparent. It's not clear. So, but anyway, this container is clear. You see, very nice. So I can see through from outside to observe the propagation of my rose cutting. So I'm going to spray some water. See, when I spray some water, I don't want to spray all this water on the top of the rose cutting and get some infection. So I'm going to cover this container with this cap. But anyway, so I'm not going to close this cap tightly. I just leave like partially close it. I want some air get into the container. And also meanwhile, I want to get this container keep inside moisture. I'm going to put this container some area, not in the direct sunshine, maybe in the shade and half shade area. So I'm going to check it out weekly, and probably we will come back 1 month later or just 2 months later. Okay, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Happy gardening.